just like my favorite song going round and round my head. Like my favorite song going round and round my head. You're just like my favorite song going round and round my head. Like my favorite song going round and round my head.
Take it. Sometimes I just can't take it, and it isn't alright. I'm not gonna make it, and I think my shoes untied. I'm like a broken record. I'm like a broken record, and I'm not playing right. Just cynical about it, kill me till you tell me on the heavenly phone to hold tight. Come on, come on. Just to let you know that you've got a higher power. Got me singing every second, dancing every hour. Oh yeah, you've got a higher power, and she really someone I wanna know. Electric. This boy is electric, and you're sparkling like the universe connected. And I'm buzzing night after night after night. This joy is electric. This joy is electric, and you're circuiting through. I'm so happy that I'm alive. Happy I'm alive at the same time as you, 'cause you've got a higher power. Got me singing every second, dancing every hour. Oh yeah, you've got a higher power, and you're really someone I wanna know. I wanna know. Oh, you got a high. You got a high. Yeah, you got a high. You got, you got a high. You got, up shaking just to let you know now you've got a higher power. You got me singing every second, dancing every hour. Oh yeah, you've got a higher power. You once in a lifetime. I'm going a million miles an hour. Went for so long, I've been down on my knees in your me I need to know. How will I know if you really love me? How will I know? How will I know? How will I know if you really love me? I say a prayer with every heartbeat. I fall in love whenever we meet. How will I know? How will I know? How will I know if you really love me? I say a prayer with every heartbeat. I fall in love whenever we meet. How will I know? How will I know? It's a human sign when things go wrong. When the scent of her lingers and temptation strong. Cold, cold heart, hard done by you. Something's looking better, baby. Just pass it through. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, no, no. And this is what I should have said. Well, I thought it, but I kept it here. Cold, cold heart, hard done by you. Something's looking better, baby. Just pass it through. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, no, no. And this is what I should have said. Well, I thought it, but I kept it here. Cold, cold heart, hard done by you. Something's looking better, baby. Just pass it through. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, no, no. And this is what I should have said. Touchdown brings me round again. Well, I thought it, but I kept it. No, no, no.
Last night, all I think about is you. Don't stop, baby, you can walk too. Don't want, baby, think about you. You know that I'm never gonna lose.
Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. Heat waves been faking me out. Can't make you the screen. You just need a better life than this. You need something I can never give. Fake water all across the road. It's gone now, the night is come. But sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. He waves been faking me out. Can't make you happier now. You can't fight it, you can't breathe. You say something so loving, but now I gotta let you go. You'll be better off in someone new. I don't wanna be alone. You know it hurts me too. You look so broken when you cry. One more and then I say goodbye. Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. He waves been faking me out. Can't make you happier now. Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. He waves been faking me out. Can't make you happier now. I just wonder what you're dreaming of when you sleep and smile so comfortable. I just wish that I could give you that look that's perfectly unsaid. Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. He waves been faking me out. He waves been faking me out. Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. He waves been faking me out. Can't make you happier now. Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. He waves been faking me out. Can't make you happier now.
You're just like my favorite song going round and round my head. Like my favorite song going round and round my head. 5 days on the freeway, riding shotgun with you. Yeah. 2 hearts in the fast lane, we had big dreams in blue. Yeah. Playing sweet child of mine, and I still feel that line. Where are you now? Where are you now? Hey, it's been too long ago, my love.
We started game extremely soft in defense. We didn't play aggressive on the ball, and it was a big problem in the first quarter. After that, we raised our level of defense, and in one moment we came back in the game. Unfortunately, we didn't continue to play like that. Definitely we ran out of energy and concentration in last couple minutes, and on the end I feel sorry because of my players. Definitely they didn't deserve to lose this game by 16 points, and that's it. If you have some question.
Any questions for Mr. Jovanovic?
Thank you so much.
Round my head. You're just like my favorite song going round and round my head. Like my favorite song going round and round my head. Right now.
can't take it. Sometimes I just can't take it, and it isn't alright. I'm not gonna make it, and I think my shoes untied. I'm like a broken record. I'm like a broken record, and I'm not playing right. Just cynical, I bet you kill me till you tell me on the heavenly phone to hold tight. Come on, come on. Just to let you know that you've got a higher power. Got me singing every second, dancing every hour. Oh yeah, you've got a higher power, and she really someone I wanna know. Electric. This boy is electric, and you're sparkling like the universe connected. And I'm buzzing night after night after night. This joy is electric. This joy is electric, and you're circuiting through. I'm so happy that I'm alive. Happy I'm alive at the same time as you, 'cause you've got a higher power. Got me singing every second, dancing every hour. Oh yeah, you've got a higher power, and you're really someone I wanna know. You got, yeah, you got a high. You got, yeah, you got a higher. You got, yeah, you got a high. You got, oh, you got, oh, you got a high. You got, yeah, you got my hands up shaking just to let you know now you've got a higher power. You got me singing every second, dancing every hour. Oh yeah, you've got a higher power. You once in any lifetime. I'm going a million miles an hour. Went for so long, I've been down on my knees in your love song. It's take me over and over for so long. I've been down on my knees to your love song. Floats me over,
Good evening, everyone. We start a press conference, first assessment and then questions. Good evening. I believe we started the match properly with a good dynamic, energy, intensity. I believe we had a good first quarter and 10 points just for the opponent and being adequate on the attack. So I believe we started with intensity. We've lost that on the second quarter. We had too many losses. I believe there were 7 on the second quarter, and that allowed Red Star to make us doubt of what we were doing, and we had to roll again, especially at the beginning of the third quarter where they got in the game and they made it a bit more complicated. We reacted properly and on time. We defended with intensity at the end of the third quarter and in the last quarter, and I believe we got an important match, a match that it was important to win, considering just a few points to the opponent. Just on the second quarter we had a moment of question, and I believe in general it was a good match on our side defensively, not so much offensively because we've lost too many balls, but we gave more assists than other times. So in general I'm happy because we keep on adding, and now the important thing is to position ourselves as high as possible to get The more matches, the better. There's a long run. We need to add, and we have to get in a good position to do our best in the last moment, because we know how the competition is. Of course, Red Star is a team who plays properly, defends, and make it complicated. And they're not going to give in the EU-League for sure. And although they have not won as of yet, there were some years where they made it very difficult for us, even here at home. We'll start with a set of questions. Please identify yourself and the company that you represent. First question over there. Hello, choose Nico Diaz for Real Madrid Television. Congratulations for the win. I would like to ask about the final leg on 3:31. Red Star is 5 points. So what do you tell the players in that timeout to change it, because they're 16 points ahead? And how do you notice that within an instant from the team? I believe whatever I told them is not really important. I don't think they reacted because of my word, or not just because of my word. They just paid more attention to the ball, and we were able to position ourselves and to throw, to shoot, and not to lose the ball to the other team. Quite often, the respect we need to have to our work is just not to do any strange things and make things easier. Sometimes we want to please, we want to make everything wonderful from the beginning, and sometimes that goes against you. Over there. Marcos Bernat from Cadena Ser. Congratulations first for the win. I would like to ask, on days like today where the team wins, you always mention the word loss, that is something that you want to improve. And you've been saying that for a few weeks. Why do we have this situation according to you? Why does the team lose so many balls, and how can we solve that? I wouldn't know if it's a lot or not a lot. I think that the losses, we have to value that, to assess that. If we can assist a lot and recover a lot of balls, and that ratio between losses and assists and recoveries is what tells you whether you have a proper offensive balance or not. Of course, I would like to lose less balls, but also that would mean to play a lot slower, to know each other better. And I believe it's a process that we need to keep working on, and that we need to keep on talking about it, because at the end of the day, the other day we lost, I don't know right now the match, we lost 3 losses with the Juventus or Juventud. We lost 3 balls, and that's very few balls that we lost, and it's a reaction to a point where we're emphasizing. So one thing is that they will force the loss, and a different thing is that we have, as they say in tennis, non-force errors. So sometimes they force the loss, another time, and the other team is also playing. So I think it's a mix of everything: assists, recoveries, and losses. And the balance, when it's positive, losses can be assumed, and it depends on the losses. Sometimes there are faults on the attack that you may not control, and it's a contested loss. And sometimes there are things that within the game that are not depending on you. Thank you. Hello, Juan Martin from Radio Nacional. What was the key for the team not to lose it on the third quarter, get closer to the Red Star and overcome it? As I've mentioned, I believe we lost intensity, the one we started with, and then we've ended with it, and we closed some defense with 24 seconds and some very good defenses with the rebound. I believe that's the path we're going to. We have ups and downs, and that down part of the second quarter, of course, made us doubt. So we will try to solve of that and to have a 40 minutes match. As far as we get closer from 10 good minutes to 40 good minutes, will improve a lot. Last 2 questions, please. Good evening. You've mentioned twice about the team questions itself. Why does the team question when they're doing things properly? Well, they question themselves because the opponent team also pressures you. You have an advantage. You think that it's your duty to win no matter what at home. You come from a defeat. and you think that just because the opponent team has not won any match, you have the obligation of winning. But when you lose the advantage and the opponent team gets closer, of course, you have to give the team personality, and those things happen. Quite often, those questions get you into a mess at the end of the day, but that's the sport, that's pure sport. And the head also plays, and we need to try and be tougher from the mental point of view, from the mindset point of view, and to know that what we're doing properly, and we have no question about what we're doing. Hello, Choose. Javier Rodriguez Plantacebe. I would like to ask about the referees, but the technical fouls. Yule, after some they play with Kapidek on a one-on-one, and correctly, that was a foul. I don't know if they told us that the criteria changed at the beginning of the season, and I told you that the usual thing is because I believe it's a difficult thing for a sports person to control that. I don't want to get into pickle because I don't want to get in trouble within that, but if he considered it was a lack of respect, the Marios or that the protests were exaggerated, then he thought it was a fault, and that's it. We've been seeing that in many matches in Whiting, and we know it's not easy to play, let's say, as you play sometimes in other locations. I wouldn't like to get into trouble because of that. I believe we need to think about ourselves. Referees have their job, and they do their job the best possible way they can, and we have to do our thing. We have to do our thing. I don't know how to say it. Okay, good. Thank you. Good evening.
When you sleep and smile so comfortable, I just wish that I could give you that look that's perfectly unsaid. Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. He always been faking me out. He always been faking me